Seneca Nation. Let's ride.
All right, welcome to Frost-Kalnow Stadium, the site of tonight's matchup between Tiffin Calvert and Margaretta, the second game of our doubleheader here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins on the call once again with Tommy Hall. We've got Greg Kinn up here in the press box with us. We also have Zach Blythe on the overhead cam, Austin Rodriguez down on the sidelines with the action cam, and Eric Hall on the sidelines for our sideline reporting tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Today's pregame show brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. And I want to take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, BUCKEYE IT Services, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Little HUGO'S, and we'll get the rest after the national anthem. Anthem, courtesy of the Calvert Marching Band, including some alumni as well on homecoming weekend here for the Senecas. Of course, led by Victor Welsh, band director here at Tiffin Calvert. We're just about a half a minute away from the start of tonight's game. Actually, we've probably got a couple more minutes here. Let's thank the rest of our sponsors before we get to the broadcast. We want to thank Lee's Floor Covering, Little HUGO'S, 5-Star Maintenance, DAH Wraps, CLOUSE Electric, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Circle H Tire, CARMIES Barbecue and Grill, BENCHWARMERS Restaurant and Delivery, Mercy Health Tiffin Hospital, Burns Electric, GINA GRANDILLO, Attorney at Law, Pit Stop, and HOFFMAN-GOTTFRIED MACK Funeral Home and Crematory. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Of course, you're tuned into the pregame show brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. Our halftime show tonight brought to you by BUCKEYE IT Services. And our postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Hope in Fostoria is our sponsor for timeouts tonight. Our scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank of Sycamore. First downs presented by UIS Insurance and Investments. Turnovers tonight brought to you by GINA GRANDILLO, Attorney at Law. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. is your sponsor for the weather report. Lee's Floor Covering, bringing you the keys to the game. Little HUGO'S is our player of the game sponsor. CARMIES Barbecue and Grill on instant replays here tonight. And Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, bringing you the opening kickoff right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And Tommy, another dynamite matchup here tonight as a doubleheader here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. First time I've ever been a part of one of these, but I tell you what, that was a heck of a first matchup with Tiffin Columbian putting up all those points on the Clyde Flyer defense. I'm excited to see what this matchup here has in store for us.
Oh, it's always a great one. Slated here for the second course meal here of our double helping of high school football here on Heart of Ohio Sports as the undefeated Senecas take the field here on homecoming night as they get ready to host the Polar Bears out of Margaretta. And Greg, is it quite cold over there in Margaretta?
It's chillier than I thought it would be.
Chillier.
Is it chillier?
But man, what a beautiful night under the Friday night lights here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium, as I think Tiffin Calvert's just excited to get back there on the field, as last week they had a forfeit against Fremont St. Joe's. Against Fremont St. Joe's to where St. Joe's bit by the injury bug. Didn't have enough kids to field a team.
It's kind of interesting that game goes down as just like a no contest game. Why would it not be a forfeit? Why would it not just count as a loss? You know.
I guess it would have to do with not being able to gain any computer points from it.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if you have a game scheduled and you can't fulfill your commitment, that should be a loss on your end.
That's right. It should be a forfeit, but hey, we don't make the rules. Run back with the kickoff, and it's fielded at the 25-yard line. And the Senecas come up to make the stop at the 30-yard line. John Schumacher flies in. Actually, I think that was Jacob Rumback, the kickoff specialist there, coming in to make the stop at the 30-yard line. And we are underway here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium between Tiffin Calvert and Margaretta, as Jordan Luzader on the return there brings it back to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Polar Bears will start out with their first possession here of the ball game. Polar Bears at 3-3 on the season. They are number 19 in Division 6, Region 22, as they're going to hand it off. And Judah Keller on the carry. Not a whole lot of running room there.
Sitting at 3-3 on week 7 of the season, this is a pivotal game here for Margaretta.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And just like that Clyde Flyers squad we seen in the first game, this Polar Bear squad bit by the injury bug as well, as Judah Keller injured. Jake Bowie will come in tonight, I believe is what they had it on here.
Well, Keller's still in. He's just not going to play quarterback here tonight. You're going to see a lot more of Kelly. Or Jake Bowie slings it out on the right side, completes to his receiver.
Yeah, Bowie.
Julian Washington on the reception, good for about 3.5, and that sets him up with a 3rd and 7.
Well, this is a nice job thus far by this Calvert Seneca squad to open up this game on defense, and they're paced by Caden Cook with 40 tackles for that defense, along with Billy Krause, 38 tackles, and Jacob Rombach, 36. All real close behind. You'd expect Margaretta here on 3rd and 7 to throw it here. As
you hear that 3rd down bell out there?
Yeah, be careful. Klaus and Xavier Kimmett with their 2 picks this season thus far as well.
Quarterback rolls to the left. He's pressured. He's got to step up. He's going to take off and run with it, and he's got some running room, and he's going to be out of bounds inside Calvert territory down to the 48-yard line. Nice bit of running there by Jake Bowie.
And anybody who's watching this game on Heart of Ohio Sports, heck, I even see my daughter was watching this game. They taking some time out from the YouTube and the Roblox and catching old dad on the Heart of Ohio Sports.
Dad.
Yeah, she's even watching on Facebook, not even YouTube.
Daddy will be home soon. Better be in bed. As we're up late for this second helping of football. Bowie in the gun.
Slings it out left side, complete to his receiver, Gage Bodie on the reception. And he breaks the tackle, delivers a hit at the end of the run.
Warnament.
And goes out of bounds as Cal Warnament comes in to make the stop. But I'll tell you what, Gage Bodie lowered the boom on that one at the end of the run.
Bounced off his Bodie. As you see right here.
He just Bodied him?
Yep. Bowie to Bodie. Bodie out in the flat. Lowers the shoulder. Oh, gosh, that's good. That's good power football.
That's a first down brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Margaretta out of the shotgun. Handoff off the left side. A little bit of running room there as Kane Smetzer picks up about 7. Down to the 27-yard line. Second down and 3 coming up here for Margaretta.
Nice opening drive by the Polar Bears. Starting to get into enemy territory here. Backing the Senecas up.
Boy in the shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield. Drops back to pass. Pump fake. Now delivers it down the field. He's looking for his receiver at the goal line. And great coverage down the field by Xavier Kimmett. That's just outstanding. Step for step with the receiver who had him. I mean, Luzader's a little taller than Xavier Kimmett out there. But Kimmett stayed right there with him and made the play.
You knew it was going to be a big old pass. You seen the way he loaded that up and stepped into that throw. He pumps there. He says, all right, I need a little bit more. Ooh. Lets it go.
Nice ball.
Just a little short there. As 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Polar Bears.
Very manageable 3rd down here.
Boy, back to pass, slings it out left side, and it is incomplete.
Oh, wow.
Great coverage on the play by John Schumacher, who flies in to break that one up. And a 4th down coming up here for the Polar Bears. And this is 4-down territory right here, Tommy.
Yeah, that CARMIES replay shows right there, no lies, incomplete pass, brings up 4th and 3 for the Polar Bears.
That was a close one, though. Look at that. Oh.
So close. Intended for Judah Keller. 4th down and 3 coming up here for the Polar Bears. 3 receivers set, 2 backs in the backfield. Boy. Fake the handoff. Rolls. Has pressure. Brought down in the backfield by the Wolf of Madison Street. Carter Wolf.
And I know my daughter's watching, Nate. So again, in her words, you got meatied up, boy, on that one as Carter Wolf just comes in from the blind side.
Whew.
Wow. Yeah, he had pressure coming there. Yeah, he tried to step up away from the one pressure. Like you said, Tommy, from the blind side there, he came from behind.
Got meatied up, boy.
Big time play there by that Calvert defense as they were tested.
On 4th down, no less. Great job.
Nice turnover.
Handoff as Cal Warnament on the carry picks up a couple up to about the 31.
Be careful dropping the people's elbow there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was a little late on the drop in there, but had to get that last second shot in.
Well, now
Kind of like me in an argument, you know.
Calvert on this opening drive here, after being able to, the defense to get a turnover. Now on this opening drive, see what the magic man Harrison Schultz has up his sleeve.
They bring a man in motion. That's Jacob Rumback. They fake it to the motion man. Now they get it out to Warnament. And Cal Warnament has it down to the 45 to the 46-yard line. Nice little play design there as they had the motion man in the backfield. They kind of looked his way as he went off to the right, and then they came back left and set up the screen for Warnament. Nifty little play design.
Wanted to get to those Lee's floor covering keys to the game. For this Calvert Seneca offense, this is the thing is you had the week off, and it looks like these Calvert Senecas aren't missing a beat. I was going to say, keys to the game for these Senecas here are to look like they are still in sync and in rhythm from the momentum they've been carrying, but the momentum stopped there on the run as the Polar Bears push Rombach back.
No gain on the play. Let's take a look around the area at our First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard. As we mentioned earlier in the day, Tiffin Columbian took care of business against Clyde 49-14. Sandusky leading Norwalk 34-9. That's in the second quarter. Bellevue 6, Huron 3. That's at half. Cary leading Mohawk 7-0 in the second quarter. Fremont Ross leading Clay 14-7. They sling it out left side. That's complete to the receiver.
Nice catch in traffic there.
Just short of the first down. Actually, he's going to be about 4 yards shy. Billy Klaus on the reception there. And they're inside Polar Bear territory down to the 48-yard line. Seneca East leading Bucyrus 38-0. Perkins all over Edison 42-14. Edison's an undefeated team too, I think. Maybe I might be wrong on that. I don't know. Hopewell Loudon leading Willard, but 32-26 is the score. That one is a tough. That's going to be a back and forth game.
Yeah.
And Rumback on the carry, reverses field, picks up a couple blockers, and he is gone! 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown, Tiffin Calvert. Jacob Rumback from 48 yards out, punches it in, and puts the Senecas up 6-0. What a run by Jacob Rumback.
Yeah.
On third down.
It's like,
Yeah, right here, a third down, the pitch out to
The
Rumback.
defense made the right read, man. They were there.
And then to go north-south there and hit it and get those yards, knowing that he had to get that first down. Just a great play there to turn that one up and then break through all them tackles, score the big tutty.
After this, we're going to check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, who has our STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic weather report. As Eric's down there. And that point after is up, and it is good. And all right, let's send it down. Cameron Lucius knocks through the extra point, but let's send it down to Eric Hall. He's our sideline reporter tonight. He is on the call. Eric, we'll wait for the siren to kind of fade out a little bit here, but
leave it in there.
all right, so Eric, new game, new perspective, but it starts the same way, 7-0 Tiffin. Talk about the energy on the sideline right here.
Oh, I would tell you, when Jake broke that, we all lost it on the sidelines over here. That was a huge play. I was going to tell you, my initial thought of this Margaretta team is that it's a little bit bigger line this year. So,
we caught the first part, and then it cut out.
I think he's trying to say that they look like they've gained some size this season over last season.
Absolutely. They're a lot bigger this year than they were last year. That's a good point, Eric.
yeah, Calvert's up for the challenge.
There they are, absolutely. We have a substitute or a number change here as Brett Miller is number 32 for Margaretta. Kickoff fielded at the 35, about the 36-yard line. Very short kickoff. I don't know if they were trying to catch the return team off guard there.
Room to work with for the Polar Bears coming out on this drive. Their opening drive, they managed to get downfield into Calvert territory to where, again, they went for it on a huge fourth down gamble, but Carter Wolf came up with a wolfing play in the backfield, sacking the quarterback and turning the ball over to where the Senecas were able to capitalize off that turnover, Nate.
We're sideways down on the sideline. There we go. Hey.
I'm going to catch you slipping all the time, Austin. I'm always watching.
Ooh, always watching.
Boy, quick handoff to Keller.
And Judah Keller on the carry gets it inside Calvert territory down to the 39-yard line, about the 40-yard line is where they'll mark him down. And it seems like these Margaretta offensive players, they come to play tonight. After the end of every run so far, they have delivered the blow at the end of the run multiple times here tonight. And after that one, Judah Keller got up and just kind of said, yeah, what about it?
You even watch him here go up to the line. Look how in sync they look.
Yeah. Shotgun formation for the Polar Bears. Handoff to Keller once again. Buries his head forward, picks up a couple.
Ooh, you guys
up to about the 37-yard line.
I don't know if you guys can notice this or not, but you see on the camera there, those Polar Bear helmets got the nice shiny green, the shiny green logo on the
That
side.
metallic green,
I like that.
Nice shot there, Zach.
Oh, yeah.
Look good, feel
Great
good,
job.
play good.
I mean, they look good, and they look like they're feeling good so far. So
Absolutely.
see how they play.
Zach Blythe on the overhead cam today, doing a great job once again. Second game, but he's kicking butt out there. Oh, what a big hit!
Oh, speaking of kicking butt.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Cal Warnament. As Gage Bodie says, hey, did you get the license plate number on that?
Somebody should have warned him at him. Oh.
Oh, that was Xavier Kimmett on the hit.
Do you think it was a 2-1?
I did.
Oh, it's because he was there with them.
Because he was right there as he got up. Yep.
That mean that happened so
They
fast.
tricked me. They tricked me.
What a play. What a play.
But a third down coming up for this Polar Bears offense at the 40-yard line. They got a big gain on first down to pick up all these yards to put them in Calvert territory.
To be right back to 3rd and 10 again.
But these last two plays have come up empty. Boy slings it out left side, complete. What a one-handed catch by Bodie.
Wow.
Gage Bodie, the senior receiver, snags that one from behind him as that one was thrown behind, but he went back and snagged that one out of midair. What a catch by the senior receiver, Gage Bodie.
That's what me and Tommy call it. Snatch it up.
Yeah, snatch it up here.
Boom.
Nobody is going to be able to do it like Bodie on that one.
It wasn't behind him. It was just over his shoulder.
It was kind of like over
he
him.
kind of had to grab.
Yeah. It out, he grabbed it. And then how about there at the end where he comes down and he spun real quick to try to throw everybody off and get a few more yards out of that one.
Heads up play there by Gage Bodie, but it's 4th down and 4.
Another 4th down here.
Polar Bears back to pass. Boy. And that should be a hold on Wrecker.
Wow.
And they're not going to call it.
Wow.
Wrecker was trying to get into the backfield, but he was being held on the play. You can see.
Let's see if we can get a ref up here to look at this replay.
I mean,
hey.
My goodness.
Look at this, though.
Right there.
Right there.
Boy, to the completion of Washington, and I cannot tell a lie, Greg. That's going to be first down for the Polar Bears. Now it's snowing.
It's going to be down chopping up cherry trees down there.
I was lower 60s out.
Yeah, better not be snowing yet.
3 receiver set, shotgun formation for the Polar Bears. Boy takes the snap, handoff up the middle, and the running back weaves his way down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Wasn't that 4th down too?
Kane Smetzer.
They converted on that 4th
Yes,
down.
they did. Smetzer picks up 4 on the carry. 2nd down and 6 coming up.
I'll tell you, we're not even all the way through this first quarter yet, and so far this matchup is like every Calvert and Margaretta matchup that we've seen in recent years. These two teams just play each other.
Why do you think we keep scheduling it?
That's right.
It's always a good one.
Polar Bears break the huddle. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers, 2 on the far side, 1 here on the near side. 2 backs in the backfield, 2nd down and 5. Boy slings it out left side, complete, but once again drilled as soon as he makes the catch is Gage Bodie. They are not falling for that little sling back behind the line of scrimmage to the wide receiver.
I think that's 81 again there.
Yeah, Kimmett,
Just
the guardian
just
of
that out.
the guardian of the flats here. Nowhere to go. Hey, what are you heading to?
Kimmett once again on the stop. And Xavier Kimmett.
Tom, is that a Cleveland reference to the Guardians of the Flats?
Yeah.
3rd down and long, 3rd and 8. A handoff, Smetzer on the carry, and he got a few yards there.
Yeah.
He's got it down near the 1st down marker. They're about 3 yards shy once again. So it's going to be another 4th down. They are 1 for 2 so far in the game so far, but this is going to be a 4th and about 4.
Last 2 4th downs they've had, they had pressure in the backfield. See if we can get pressure in there again.
I mean, now that Margaretta has inched closer, does that change up the mentality on defense to pin your ears back and get after it? You could give up a huge play here on another 4th and 3.
Polar Bears in the shotgun. Boy, back to pass. He's pressured, and he is dropped in the backfield for a loss. Once again, that defense brings the house on 4th down. Lucas Recker wrecking the plans in the backfield.
Dang near killed him.
Recker, I hardly know him.
And Recker is making life miserable for that right tackle right now. I'm telling you, he is just mauling that kid.
Yeah, he's got him chasing behind there, trying to follow after him.
And I tell you, Adam Heath, the right tackle in that situation, he's a big kid, 6'4", 232, a senior. But he's had his hands full tonight with Lucas Recker. Shotgun formation. Fake the handoff. Now Schultz is going to keep it. And he's got back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. That's one of those play calls that kind of keeps the defense honest.
I think a guy like Kellen Moore is going to pick up a nice read on that, an anchor of this defensive line, the 3-year captain, letter winner.
I thought he was an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's true too. Showed you age there.
Pistol formation for the Senecas. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 27. They bring a man in motion. That's Billy Klaus. Motions out on the left side. Now settles on to the line.
Watch the middle here.
And Schultz with the handoff. Running back bounces off a defender and is driven backwards. As Jacob Rumback has not had a whole lot of running room here tonight. They do say he got back to the line of scrimmage. But it's going to be a 3rd and long. 3rd down and 10 coming up here for the Senecas.
Jordan Luzader in on the stop. Sniffed that one out from Jump Street. Now the Magic Man looking to be expected to pull a rabbit out of his hat on 3rd and long.
Schultz back to pass.
Showing blitz.
Looking left side. He's got a man that's run back, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds just past the 1st down marker up to the 39 to the 40-yard line.
Greg, can we get a replay of that excellent thrown ball? But even more so, the sacrificial block by the running back.
Oh, yeah. I seen that. He got the defender just barreling in there, and he takes him out.
I mean, here, see the blitz here by the middle linebacker. A doink.
Nice job by Warnament there.
And that's all he needed. Was
Yeah,
just
you
that.
just need that split second.
Give your quarterback that time.
Yep, to make that read and checks it down to where Calvert able to convert.
Quick pitch, left side, run back, trying to find some running room. Breaks a tackle, and he's going to be down near the first down marker. I think they're going to have enough. Yeah, that will move the chains. Another UIS Insurance and Investments first down. Actually, they're going the other way, John. That way.
Doesn't matter.
And that should be the last play of the first quarter, and I think it will be. We'll take it to break here. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Senecas football here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. We've got Greg Kinn, the Wizard, on the ones and twos. We have Zach Blythe on the overhead camera for us tonight, and Austin Rodriguez down on the sidelines with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. The adrenaline stream, the A-team here tonight, as Tiffin Calvert starts the second quarter. They lead 7-0. Harry Schultz slings it out on the right side for run back. That's complete, and he's going to be bottled up and brought down in the backfield for a loss. That high throw from Schultz kind of made him delay what he was trying to do. Yeah,
it takes too long to develop, and they sniffed that one out.
It takes the timing out of the play if you can't get it to the receiver in front of him where he can keep going, keep running after the catch. Run back had to go up there and catch that one at a high point, and when he came back down, there was a defender waiting for him.
Homecoming king Jacob Rombach getting a crown fit for a king by that Polar Bear defense there.
Homecoming king Jacob Rumback, the queen tonight, Cameron Shook. That's your homecoming king and queen for Tiffin Calvert. Schultz fires it down the right sideline. Oh, just outside the outstretched arms of John Schumacher. That's going to be an incomplete pass. It'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Speaking of the homecoming festivities they had earlier before this game, how about that parade of nice cars they had coming around on the track here, guys?
Those are some really beautiful vehicles.
I'll snatch some of those up for myself. Want me a nice classic hot rod.
See Margaretta out there practicing field goals during that time.
Third down and long, 3rd and 12. Schultz in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Now throws it out right side to Warnament, and he's wide open to the 35, 30, 25, cuts back, 15 to the 10, and he drags the defender inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. Cal Warnament.
The play fake, the read, everything on that play, Greg, came together so perfectly to where, again, you pick up the blitzing back, you find the hot read,
and Schultz
wide open,
hanging in there until the very last second to throw that out there. I mean, what a great play there by that Tiffin Calvert offense, but a great execution by Schultz and by Warnament after the catch.
Disappearing act with that ball, finding his receiver downfield to set up shop right here in the red zone.
Shotgun. Warnament on the handoff, breaks a tackle, keeps his legs moving, and he's down to the 6-yard line. Cal Warnament on the carry. Dylan Gibson on the tackle for Margaretta.
This has been a heck of a ball game.
Absolutely.
Super physical throughout the first stanza of action. As this one's beaming through. 10:20 remaining here in the first half. The Senecas up 7-0 here on homecoming night.
And we got 4 receivers set, shotgun for the Senecas. One back in the backfield. They bring a man in motion. They're going to hand it off to the motion man. That's Rumback. Tries to cut it back. Actually, that's Schumacher, isn't it?
No, I think
it is Rumback. Yep, I had it right. Those numbers, when they scrunch up,
yeah,
they get a little.
They get bunched up like
that.
8s look like 0s.
All right, we're going to check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, here in just a minute.
You're just saying that so
I'm
let's
saying
score a touchdown.
you're that desperate for a touchdown right now. Huh?
Hey, man. I mean,
He's like, I know
third
how
down
this-
and goal.
He's like, I know how this works.
Got to fire up the team somehow, you know? One back in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 1 on the right here. Schultz rolls to his right, slings it into the end zone, and it's incomplete.
wow.
He was
Nice
looking for Billy
coverage.
Klaus. But great coverage on the play by Gage Bodie.
You guys see that single coverage come up to where Bodie.
He missed his open man, though. The slot receiver was open there on
Yeah.
that play.
They're going to try to kick field goal here.
All right, so
Try it out the field goal unit.
Cam Lucius on to attempt what'll be a 29-yard field goal, and that one is true.
No, it was wide right.
Oh, it went wide right.
It just on just the side of the upright there. Yeah, ouch.
Yeah, it almost seemed like the Polar Bears might have got one of their paws on it just a little bit. Let's see here on the replay.
Just caught the end of it there.
Just off to the right. It looked good from up here, but we have a bad angle up here with these field goals.
The first turnover by the Senecas. Give breathing room to the Polar Bears, who, again, 2 drives, 2 turnovers, 1 drive. The Senecas were able to get points off of. Senecas were driving on that one, and the Polar Bears.
It's just been back and forth here so far.
Man in motion. A bad snap over the quarterback's head. Boy, rolling out to his
On
right,
his heels.
and he makes something happen, but he ends up losing about 5 yards. But he's lucky he was able to get that back.
Yeah, credit to him to even escape and get
Yeah.
away from, he should have been tackled instantly. Way to reel that ball in there and then kind of take off and get away from the defenders.
Exactly.
Look at this. Wolf. Like his own kryptonite, a silver bullet right off the edge.
Cameron Moyer checks out. Cameron Bajent checks in for the Senecas here on the defensive front on this 2nd down and 15. Looks like a passing situation. I'll bring in the pass rushing defensive end here as Bajent settles on the left side of the defensive line. And they're going to hand it off.
All
Off the
those
left
blocks
side
were there.
as Judah Keller on the carry. He's going to be just past the 20 up to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, replay
Good for about
that.
8.
Let's see here again. This play could have went for more,
Not
Nate.
sure if I caught that. Let's see here.
Had Keller just decided to take it up and run right off that C gap. Instead, he tries to extend it out, allowing the pursuit to come over from the back side of the play. And man,
And you got to think with Keller having that cast on his right hand, they're probably not going to call a whole lot of running plays to the right if he has to carry that ball in his right hand.
good point.
Boy slings it
Loads
down
it
the
up.
field. It's batted,
Yeah, that one got tipped somewhere. Yeah.
and it falls incomplete in the backfield. And the Polar Bears, for the first time, they're not going to go for it on 4th down. They decide to punt it. And I mean, wisely so. You're in your own territory at the 23-yard line. So you can't really go for it here, even though they probably want to.
Yeah, plenty of ball game. You come away after the defense makes a huge stand, forced a turnover against the Senecas after the missed field goal. Wasn't able to get anything on this drive, so you live to play another down, punt this one away, try to flip the field.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and a great job by the Senecas defense there after not getting the 4th down.
Oh, that's a
Nice punt there, returned by Jamison Godfrey as he brings it back to about the 43. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, as he is down there with our STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. weather report. Eric, how's it going, buddy?
It's going, Nate. It's a little bit different than the previous game we had. We got Polar Bears in here, and they brought the cold with them. It's down to 66 degrees, and we don't have that humidity anymore. So here.
Did you bring your jacket and pants on your motorcycle tonight?
Oh, I've got it.
I was like, unlike last week when we both rode the upper and was like, when we came back.
All right, there you have it. Our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, with the weather report brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. We got a false start on Tiffin Calvert And that'll back them up 5 yards as they start out this one. Started at the 43. It'll move them back to the 38. That'll be a 1st and 15. I'm going to give a shout out to our instant replay sponsor, CARMIES Barbecue and Grill, also the press box sponsor up here. As,
Food in my belly sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know, I like Tiffin Columbian games. No disrespect to Tiffin Columbian games at all. But the press box for Calvert games, it just seems like there's a bigger spread. There's more to go around. For Columbian games, it's like you get 2 AJ's pizzas. And if there's any left, good. If not, well, tough.
Well, not everyone gets spoiled with Maryland's cookies.
That's absolutely right. We are spoiled up here.
I was going to say.
Gets grabbed up by the turf monster there.
I want to know when CARMIES is going to acquire that recipe to those cookies.
That's under lock and key. Let me tell you that much right now.
Business increases 400%.
I'll tell you what, if she did have a business, though, she'd be getting a lot of free advertising from us. We talk about those cookies every week.
She's going to make a business. Maryland's Cookies. She's going to flip all of our audio tracks and put them all together.
That's what screaming from a mountain.
Tonight she made oatmeal scotchies, butterscotch cookies. Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Schultz down the sideline has it. Carter Wolf with the reception to the 40 and inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line
And after-
on 2nd and 12
After giving up that huge reception, I would need a scotchy.
on the Roxy. And down to the 36-yard line. Senecas on the move once again. As last time they got it all the way down to the 10-yard line, but they were stalled. Tried a field goal, but it came up short. Or off to the right, I should say. 1st and 10.
Right.
Handoff. And that is Cal Warnament on the carry. Good for about a yard.
Cal Warnament, he has such an awful tell that I know now that we're in week 7 has to be on film. You know exactly when this running back's getting ready to kind of lead a little bit forward. You know exactly where that ball is going.
I think I've seen that with a lot of running backs this year, though.
The old, like, creaky chair.
That's a good way to put it, Greg.
Shotgun set, pistol formation. Schultz takes the snap. Hand off to Warnament off the left side, trying to find some blockers. He's got the outside. He's to the 30, 25, and he's gone. 10-5 touchdown, Cal Warnament.
It's good.
Cal Warnament from 35 yards out. And the Senecas on top, 13-0 with 5:40 left here in the first half.
We always talk about this Rombach Warnament 1-2 combo. There you see.
Look at Rumback with the
Rombach
block out
on
in
the
front.
lead block.
And then he said, let's go to the end zone. Come on, guys. Let's party.
He just puts his hands out there to the side once he knows everybody's out of the way. He says, all right, we're good. Let's just sail in.
And Lucius knocks through the extra point. And the Senecas on top now 14-0 with 5:40 left here in the first half. Let's step aside, take a quick timeout, but we'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. You're locked in to the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg Kinn, the Wizard, on the 1s and 2s. Zach Blythe on the overhead cam tonight. And we have Austin Rodriguez manning the action cam. I should say operating, not manning, because, she's down there doing a great job tonight. And Eric Hall, our sideline reporter. Thanks for tuning in here on the Adrenaline stream. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And if you're following us, if you're watching us, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. And another favor would be to share the video with your friends, because I'm sure your friends would like to watch this as well. Tiffin Calvert leading 14-0 as Jacob Rumback getting set to kick this one off. Boing. And that one takes a high bounce and is fielded at the 28-yard line. Gage Bodie on the return brings it back to about the 40. You know, there's got to be some kind of a strategy with this kickoff. The way they're doing the kickoffs here tonight, they don't want to kick it deep.
I was going to say, maybe they have a good return man.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe they saw something in film, and they said, you know what, we're not going to kick it to this guy. We're just going to kick it up.
I believe that in some of the highlights that I used for the opening clip, I believe there was 2 kickoff returns in one game that they had at home.
So that's scouting right there by that Calvert coaching staff.
Yeah, I'm almost positive of that. So, yeah, I think there's definitely something up there.
Calvert wasn't afraid to bring the pressure right off the line.
Yeah, Julian Washington averaging 47 yards per punt return on the year. So, yeah, you want to keep it away from that guy.
Averaging half a field per kick return.
Yeah, you probably don't want to kick it to that guy.
This Washington crosses the Delaware anytime he gets the ball.
Is that who number 6 is?
Yes, that is Julian Washington, number 6.
Yeah,
and yeah, great insight there, Travis Ardner, with the comment there on Facebook. That one tipped at the line as Boy tried to find his receiver out of the backfield there, but that one's incomplete. 3rd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, because Hopewell had the same game plan against him, so.
That's a smart game plan.
Be a common thing.
Speaking of Hopewell, they are on top of Willard 32-26 at half. Well, that was probably a really good game.
I guess they weren't afraid to kick off there.
As we mentioned, Columbian taking care of business against Clyde earlier tonight here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium, 49-14, as we look around the area at the First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard. Boy in the shotgun, 3rd and 9. They set up the screen, and the screen is there for the running back. He's got the first down. He breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. And arm tackles are not going to work against Kane Smetzer.
Oh, I like that run.
Yeah, that was impressive running there. Just, he had a couple of shots. He just bounced off the tacklers and kept turning his legs. Fighting for those extra yards. That's what you love.
Smetzer on the season, 285 yards rushing through 6 games.
Bounced off. Oh, almost bounced off.
Now, this is a very important drive if you're the Polar Bears.
Handoff left side, Judah Keller on the carry. And he's going to be brought down. That should be a horse collar. No, they're going to say, going to go ahead and let that one go. I thought he had him right inside the shirt. Grabbed the collar and pulled, but maybe it was just an instance of he grabbed the number and pulled. Didn't get a good enough look at it, but.
Well, once again, the Polar Bears starting to get into Calvert territory. Senecas have done a tremendous job defensively of shutting out opponents with their backs in the shadow of their own goalpost on multiple occasions.
Speaking of shutting out opponents, Gibsonburg on top of Lakota, 28-0 in the 3rd quarter. You can find that one over on the X stream. As Smetzer on the carry once again picks up about 4 and has it close to the first down. They're about 3 yards away from picking up the first.
Polar Bears trailing 14-0 in this second half, or this first half, drawing to a close pretty dang quick, Nate. And again, if you're the Polar Bears, you got to get on the board and give yourself a whole completely different mentality going into the locker room.
They've had some good drives, just unable to capitalize.
Handoff up the middle, and I think they got the first. That should be enough to move the chains. We'll see. Actually, let's see where the spot is. Hang on.
That ref kind of looks like
he's holding up the 4th down signal, and they're saying it's 4th down and 1. So this is gut check time. This Calvert defensive front has kind of been pushed back a little bit here in the first half. They're not used to that. We've seen them push teams around all year long. So this is a time where they can step up and make a big play here and kind of put their imprint on this ball game.
Well, if you were waiting for any time to pull out your draw play or that keeper, now might be the instance to try to draw something up with that.
2:20 left here in the 2nd quarter.
It's really one of the only plays I haven't seen Boy run.
4th and 1. And they've got Jordan Luzader in at the quarterback position. He's going to be stopped in the backfield. Big big stop by Billy CLOUSE, and the Senecas defense comes up with another 4th down stop. They have stopped them 3 out of 4 times on 4th down here tonight. You would think at some point the Polar Bears are going to say, maybe we shouldn't go for it on 4th down every time, you know?
and you think right here at the beginning of this play, it looks like he's got it. It looks like he's got all the room in the world.
Well, that's the thing.
It's like a hesitation on his part. Like, look at that.
And then, boom.
Yeah.
This is what you call. That's what you call a next level play. You know, again, the ball IQ of Billy CLOUSE to be able to wrap up after bouncing off the tackle.
Being in position. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, my goodness.
Huge turnover by the Senecas.
Schultz back to pass. Looking down the right sideline, looking for CLOUSE.
Oh, my goodness.
And that definitely is an interference call against the defender there.
How did he even...
And CLOUSE still comes up with the catch.
Yeah, how did he get that in there?
And throws Gage Bodie to the ground afterwards and says, get off me. Don't even try to break that up again.
So after coming up with the huge turnover to get the ball back for the Senecas, Billy CLOUSE on the next play, huge reception.
Yeah, I can't believe he caught that.
The confidence in Schultz to be able to put that ball on CLOUSE when he is almost double covered in that situation, that just shows you the chemistry they have between those two.
He was so covered that from this angle, I didn't even see him at first. He was covered by the white jersey, and I was like, oh no, that ball. And then here's Billy CLOUSE. I don't know where it comes up with it.
And the hold call against the defense is declined. That'll be a 1st down for Tiffin Calvert. As I think the coaching staff for Margaretta is saying, I don't know if he got that 1st down. I think it was pretty close, but I don't know. Gary Quizno is not happy over there on the sideline. He's letting that referee get an earful.
Well, you get an earful, but on 1st down here.
1:40 left to play here in the 1st half. Shotgun set, pistol formation. 2 backs in the backfield. Schultz, low snap, gets it away as he gives it back to Rumback, and he is driven back into the backfield, dropped for a loss all the way back at the 33-yard line.
Dylan Gibson, huge play. Just what the Polar Bears needed after being shut out on their last offensive series to try to get this one back within a score. And now with about 1:10 left here, Senecas facing a 2nd and forever now.
Gibson, one of those big seniors on that defensive line, 6'3", 256 for captain Dylan Gibson, 2-year letter winner. And a timeout called by Tiffin Calvert. Timeouts tonight brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. And we're going to take this time to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Buckeye IT Services, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lease Floor Covering, Little HUGO'S, 5-Star Maintenance, DAH Wraps, CLOUSE Electric, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Circle H Tire, CARMIES Barbecue and Grill, BENCHWARMERS Restaurant and Delivery, Mercy Health Tiffin Hospital, Burns Electric, GINA GRANDILLO Attorney at Law, Pit Stop, and HOFFMAN-GOTTFRIED MACK Funeral Home and Crematory, all proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's right.
I don't think that's the crematory sound.
It was caught me so off guard. You hit that button on accident.
Oh, that's so good. So good it's bad. So Tiffin Calvert, 2nd down and 14. Ball at the 33. Shotgun set.
Oh, Polar Bears.
And they're going to hand it off. Run back off the left side. He's tripped up right at the 35-yard line. Boy, he had some running room there.
Yeah.
But a nice shoestring tackle there.
Kane Smetzer
saves
a play that could have gone for more. As we talked about, they loaded the box up there, Nate. Hat on a hat with the blocking. Had everyone blocked on that left side of the field. And just a huge play by Smetzer to come up with that.
I think the Senecas are content to let this one go to half. It's inside of 20 seconds to play, and there is no urgency here on the part of the Calvert Senecas.
Maybe just take a little shot here at something. And
yeah.
Nothing happens. Just take the lead into halftime.
Schultz in the shotgun. Down to 5 seconds left. And he's just going to hand it off the right side as Warnament trying to find the edge. And he's going to be brought down, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Tiffin Calvert leads 14-0 over the Margaretta Polar Bears. We're going to go to halftime. When we come back, we'll have the marching band performance by the Tiffin Calvert Marching Band and the Margaretta Marching Band. And then we'll bring it back up here in the press box about 3 minutes before the start of the second half. Once again, you're watching Heart of Ohio Sports as Tiffin Calvert leads 14-0 as we head to halftime. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For high school students, this can be a fun time of year. Prom, graduation, summer vacations, etc. Sometimes students will attend parties that permit underage drinking.
There are serious legal consequences and liability issues for parents who serve alcohol to underage students. This could include fines, lawsuits, and even jail time.
Parents can be held responsible for underage drinking, even if they're not home when it happens. The best gift you can give your child is to be their parent, not their friend.
Don't be a party to teenage drinking. Parents who host lose the most.
Buckeye IT Services is a trusted partner for cybersecurity, fully managed and co-managed IT support. Municipalities, financial organizations, and mature businesses turn to them to eliminate IT stress and enable growth. Visit BuckeyeIT.com today to start your partnership. Make sure to check out this week's edition of the Heart of Ohio Sports Observer by Josh Morgret on heartofohiosports.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Sam Schelt Palm for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
Little HUGO'S is Tiffin's longest-running ice cream store, in operation since 1949. A local family-owned business, you know them because of those famous shredded chicken sandwiches and their delicious fresh lemon slushes. Stop by today and take advantage of their convenient drive-thru, where you're sure to find something for the whole family to enjoy at Little HUGO'S on West Market Street in Tiffin. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
1993, the Oakland-based band Tower of Power released their self-titled album that went gold and had 3 songs reach the Billboard Top 100. The Margaretta Band closes tonight's show with the Tower of Power hit, What Is Hip?
Well, it has to be a blue card.
gentlemen, welcome to the 2023 Alumni Night Halftime Show and the 100th anniversary of Calvert Catholic Schools. Tonight, our theme will be Marching Seneca Stand Tune Favorites. We welcome upperclassman Allison Ott to the director's stand for her conducting debut, while our current band director, Mr. Victor Welsh, a 2011 graduate, will be joining his fellow alumni. Show with a long-time favorite tune that can be heard played by bands across the country. If you have ever watched the 1993 movie The Sandlot, then you surely will remember the famous carnival scene. We encourage you to shout along with us and enjoy this classic tune, Tequila. Next, we have a tune that is a favorite of alumni band, cheerleaders, and dance team members. First released in 1966, Land of 1,000 Dances still makes us dance over 40 years later. Stand up and dance along with us Senecas. Enjoy our rendition of Land of 1,000 Dances. Show, we will perform yet another classic tune. The iconic keyboard riff was composed by lead singer Joey Trumpus 5 years before the song was recorded. Everyone knows the tune. Feel free to sing along with our trumpets as we perform the final countdown.
You like to oh, yeah. You got
gentlemen, we have a 50-50 winner, Ken Crabo. He'll be pulling the card down by the golf cart on the 20-yard line, the north end zone. He has a chance to win either $100, $150, $200, or $2,700 tonight. Good luck, Ken. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have your ticket for tonight's game, and you have ticket number 105, number 105 for your ticket to the game, please see Adam Smith. The result from the 50-50 poll, Mr. Crabo won $100, so the jackpot continues to grow. We'd like to wish good luck to Alyssa Rishti and Kevin Ardner this week at District Golf Tournament. And just a reminder, our ladies volleyball team plays at Bowling Green State University against St. Ursula.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call with you. We got Greg the Wizard Kinn up here in the press box with us. Zach Blythe running the overhead cam. Austin Rodriguez down on the sidelines running our action cam. And Eric Hall down there on the sidelines.
You almost called him Eric Rodriguez.
I almost did. You were close. Yeah, I was close.
I was like, Eric R.
Eric really wants to talk to us. But Eric Hall, our sideline reporter down there. We'll check in with him sometime around the beginning of the second half. But, Tommy, let's talk about that first half. 14-0 Calvert. We got some stats that we can go through here. But, you know, this Calvert offense, I think for the first time, has been tested. This Margaretta defense came with a little bit of a message to send, and they sent it a couple times. But so has this Calvert defense as well, as they have really come to play. And there's been a couple times where, you know, they really stood up tall when they needed to, coming up with 3 key fourth down stops out of the 4 times they faced fourth down.
You couldn't say it any better. Margaretta, again, they've been able to move the football, but the Senecas have been there to stop it. And the Senecas have found themselves out to a 14-0 lead going into the locker room. And, again, like Ryan Day will cry to you, one bad half of football don't define you, as the Bears are going to come out here. Polar Bears are going to come out here in the second half and try to chip away at that deficit that the Senecas have put the Polar Bears in going into the half there, 14-0.
You know, I wish you wouldn't have brought him up.
I can't believe what Lou Holtz said about the Polar Bears team.
Where's Lou Holtz?
But no, a tremendous first half by the Senecas, who did a tremendous job taking care of the football. Really, though, both these squads, the numbers weren't too far apart. The big difference, like you said, Nate, was what happened down in the red zone. Margaretta, Calvert being able to shut Margaretta down on 3 different occasions, and that's part of the reason why you're seeing it 14-0 here at the half.
Yeah, and those were fourth down and short situations.
Yeah.
I mean, one was 4th and 1.
Yeah.
4th and 1.
Yeah, I mean, look at that again. Time of possession just in that first half by Margaretta, 13 minutes and 42 seconds, just unable to cap off tremendous drives, and that's really been the difference here, Nate.
I was going to say, it seemed like an evenly matched game so far, but the only difference is 14 points on the scoreboard.
And how we got here, Jacob Rumback with a 48-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. Cameron Lucius tacks on the extra point. He did miss a field goal down around the 10-yard. It was like a 27-yard field goal, went wide right. But then in the second quarter, Cal Warniment punches it in from 35 yards out to put the Senecas up 13-0, and then Cam Lucius knocks through the extra point afterwards, and that's where we're at, 14-0 as we start this second quarter, the second half here. Tiffin Calvert with 14 rushes for 104 yards in the first half, seven completions out of 9 attempts through the air, 109 yards passing for the Senecas offense. You look at Margaretta, they are 7 of 11 through the air for 48 yards, and then they have 16 rushes for 61 yards so far here in this one. Third down conversions, Calvert's 3 of 5, and Margaretta is 2 of 7, whereas Margaretta is 1 for 4 on fourth downs. Calvert's 0 for 1 on fourth downs. And we'll look at some rushing, or some individual leaders. Jacob Rumback leads the Senecas with 7 rushes for 55 yards and a touchdown. The dual-headed monster is Cal Warnament, has 6 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown.
So would you say that Rumback is the king of rushing so far?
I think he is the king so far of rushing. We'll see how that plays out. But
Mr. Homecoming King?
Yes. He's definitely going to be looking for royalties after this. And Margaretta kicks it off. It goes off of a return man.
Oh, wow.
And Gage Bodie literally kicked it right at one of the Calvert defenders. It goes off of his chest, and the Polar Bears recover.
That was so unexpected. Wow.
How do you stop an offense that you seemingly haven't been able to and are down 14-0 to?
Well, that was
give them a chance at the ball.
That was planned right off the rip. He knew where he was going with that one as soon as he lined up, as it goes off of Austin Ranieri, one of the up men. And
I think
yeah,
Ranieri has Wilson imprinted into his hands now after that kick. Just forced right up to
where are they going to put the ball? Yeah, I was going to say, it was closer than that. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line, and Margaretta will start out on offense for this second half possession here. Stunning turn of events to start this second half.
I said, you won't kick the ball to us, we'll kick it at you.
Boy, going down the field, going down the sideline, and he's got a man. And they complete it out of bounds at the 18-yard line. John Schumacher on coverage. But I'll tell you what, Washington just went up and got that one. The taller defender, 6'4", or taller receiver, 6'4", 157, Julian Washington, just went up and got that one. And he just mossed the defender right over top of him. Look at him.
Wow. And stayed in bounds. Look at that.
Big time throw and catch there between Jake Bowie and Julian Washington.
Almost.
And a handoff up the middle. Smetzer on the carry. And he's going to be brought down right around the 13-yard line, but that's good for about 6 yards, maybe 7.
I'll tell you what do you think was said in that Polar Bears locker room?
I was just about to ask the same thing, Greg. Coach Quizno said, come out there in the second half and punched him in the mouth right off the get.
I'll tell you what, last week they held Hopewell Loudon scoreless in the second half and put up 13 after being down 26-0.
We're going to need 15 to win.
I mean, I would have to look back at some of the stats from the other games, but it makes me wonder if they're a second-half team.
Senecas have been able to weather the storm by the Polar Bears on 4 other red zone outings.
Hand off to Smetzer, and he is to the second level before he's brought down. And we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be really close to the first down marker, and they will move the chains. That'll be a 1st and goal for the Polar Bears with the ball marked at the 7-yard line.
Now, do you lose your composure here if you're the Calvert defense, or do you pin your ears back and try to get after it, or do you kind of play a little more conservative?
At this point, I feel like you want to match their aggression.
Yeah.
You know, if they're going to come out and punch you in the mouth, you punch right back.
That's right. You got to stand up tall here. 1st and goal at the 8.
Yeah, everyone's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth.
Boy in the shotgun. Handoff, Smetzer. And this time, the defense drives him backwards.
He wasn't, not for lack of trying there, though.
He does pick up a couple, but that defensive line was there to make the stop. And they're going to say maybe a yard, maybe a half yard. Actually, I don't even think they gave him a yard.
I say they definitely stood him up. But
I tell you what, there's been Calvert squads in the past that have had tremendous defenses, and you had some studs and standouts. This is one of the most cohesive defensive units that I've seen Calvert put out, to where, again, you have several guys that are contributing.
Ooh, trickery here.
And they try to punch it in.
That ain't good.
And I think
So
he's going to be
close.
just short of the goal line. And a third down and goal at the 1. And I tell you what, that defense better be quick to get back up, because if I'm Margaretta, I just call a quick offense right back up to the line and try to punch this in on 3rd and 1.
That's a great point, Nate. You almost want to just
get right back up to the line. Yeah.
Yeah, because that last play almost kind of looked like it caught some people off guard.
Exactly. 3rd and goal at the 1.
Moving there.
Calvert defense called to task once again. Quarterback under center.
Oh, I don't.
And he's going to push his way in.
Well, I don't know. Let's see what the call.
No, they're saying he's short. He is short of the goal line. 4th down coming up for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, it was really hard to see from this angle on the pile of bodies there.
Every yard and every inch is earned here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium as the Senecas trying to hold off and fend off the Polar Bears.
Look at that spot of that ball.
After the opening kick to the Senecas, drilled the up man.
And we just talked about them stopping them on 4th and 1 in the first half. Let's see if they can find that here again.
And Margaretta came away with that onside kick to set up this drive, which
4th
has
and
got
goal.
them in scoring.
Boy, handoff Smetzer into the end zone. Touchdown.
And now the Polar Bears finally get on the board and draw within a score.
And Margaretta now within a score. It's 14-6, Tiffin Calvert.
Oh, and I feel the chill sweeping down here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium as the Polar Bears punch it in.
Gage Bodie on to attempt the extra point. He's got to tie his shoe first, though.
And he was not going to be denied on that touchdown.
Straight on kick here. And it is up and through. And Margaretta pulls to within 7. It's 14-7 your score. 8:15 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. And Tommy, I guess the Polar Bears said, we can't stop them on offense, so let's just try to kick it off of them and get the ball back.
Hey,
and let's see what they do here, because, I mean, if I'm that Polar Bears kicking team, I'm saying, let's not try it again. Why not? Let's step aside quick, and let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities.
And we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. 14-7, Tiffin Calvert leading Margaretta. As we'll take a look
Margaretta
around.
came out of the locker room, caught Calvert sleeping, able to come away with an onside kick that led the points to now put the Polar Bears back within a score. There's another line
there's
drive.
a dribbler. This one fielded at about the 11-yard line. Billy CLOUSE on the return here for the Senecas, up to the 20. And he's going to be brought down about the 21-yard line. We'll take a look around the area at the First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard as Huron leads Bellevue 22-12 in the 4th quarter. Sandusky on top of Norwalk 48-9. That's in the 3rd quarter. Calvert on top of Margaretta right here, 14-7. As we mentioned earlier today, we had Tiffin Columbian dispatching Clyde 49-14. Hopewell Loudon has now extended this lead over Willard to 66-33. Wow. I wonder if that's a typo for ScoreStream, because it was 32-26 at halftime.
It's so hard to keep up with.
I know, ScoreStream's so weird. I don't know if that's an actual true score, but we'll see. Schultz rolls to his right, slings it out. He's got it to his man, but it's incomplete as he was trying to find his intended receiver down along the left sideline.
Nice job by the defender just to keep pace.
That's John Schumacher down after the play as he took a hit at the end of the play. Slow to get up, but he seems to be okay.
Looks like he did his best slip and slide impression at the end of that one, kind of sliding out of bounds there.
Over on the X stream, you can watch the Gibsonburg-Lakota game as Gibsonburg leading Lakota 28-0. That's in the 3rd quarter. carry on top of Mohawk, 14-7 in the fourth quarter. That's a tight game. Those Mohawk Warriors have been playing some really good football for that 1-5 record they have. Just doesn't tell the whole story.
Ornament kind of slips through, maybe falls ahead for about 2 or 3 yards.
You know where he landed and where they're spotting it is about 2 yards difference, because he landed at about the 24, but they're marking it at about the 23. Okay, so about a yard difference, but either way. Third down and about 8 coming up here for the Senecas.
And if you're the Polar Bears, that's exactly what you want to see on this Seneca's opening drive. You're able to catch them off guard, and now you're forcing a 3rd and 9 situation.
Schultz back to pass, steps up, delivers it down the field, and it's picked off. Intercepted at the 20, 15, like 10, 5, touchdown. And Schultz was hit as he threw it and wasn't able to get a good pass out there, and it was picked off by Judah Keller, who brings it back for a touchdown. And now the Polar Bears are 1 point away from tying this one up.
Yeah, 5 minutes into the second half. Now the Polar Bears have a chance to score it up in a heartbeat as that 3rd and 9 situation. Keller comes up with a huge pick 6 off the tip ball by Schultz.
I tell you, if that ball had landed out in front of the receiver, he's gone with that one.
Mm-hmm.
You see the defender had turned back to the inside and turned around and saw that ball was coming short and then was able to pick that one off. But
if it was on point,
he was turned around.
Yeah, if it was on point, he probably got that one for a touchdown.
Yeah, if that was on point, that ball would have landed behind the defender.
And an extra point is up and good, and we are tied at 14 apiece with 7:11 to play here in the third quarter. Well, let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, as he is standing by with our action cam operator, Austin Rodriguez. And I think they're about set up. Eric, how's it going, man?
What's up, guys? Hey, where's my sound effect been all night?
There you go.
There we go. That's better.
So what's going on, man? The energy level has got to be a little nervous right now, right?
Yeah, we got a little bit of nervous energy going on, and I'm glad you haven't sent it down to me. I'm trying to kind of stay away from Coach Reeser because you don't want to catch any of this on the stream right now. So,
yeah, he can't be too happy about what's going on, but plenty of time to turn this one around here as it's tied 14 apiece. Eric, what do you think this offense needs to do on this drive here?
I mean, I think they just need to brush off that interception. Harry just needs to keep throwing it. You know, he's got that magic man, so I say we keep going with the throw. That's been working for him. That ball was tipped, so.
Well, there you have it. There's our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, with some insight there as that one was tipped at the line.
3 plays of offense for the Senecas here in the second half.
Oh. It goes past the return man, fielded at the 20-yard line. And they'll bring it up to about the 30, and that's where Tiffin Calvert will take over with their next offensive possession as the Big Blue Wrecking Crew makes its way onto the field. And we're going to need to see a little bit more from them here in this second half. We want to see some push up front. And it seems like this offensive line really has had their hands full with this Margaretta defensive front as Harry Schultz has had some pressure in his face. He's probably not used to seeing that this year. He hasn't had a whole lot of pressure.
Calvert had a really great 24 minutes of football there in the first half. You can't unravel here in the second.
Quick pitch to the outside. Warnament. Actually, that's run back on the pitch. Cuts it inside.
All that for about
a gain of about 3 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd down and 7 coming up.
A lot of running for 3 yards.
Yeah.
I thought he definitely got more than that.
The Margaretta defense doing a nice job of setting the edge there, making him come back inside. Mm-hmm. And that's where you want him to go if you're a defender. You want him back in the middle where you got more defenders.
You got to slow him down. You can't let him get into open space.
Bring him back to the party in the middle, right?
Margaretta's just going to load the box once again.
Schultz on the handoff. Warnament with the carry, and he's got a yard. That's about it. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up for this Calvert offense.
Yeah, I feel like the Polar Bears want to dial it up to where they're going to try to bring the pressure on Schultz. Not afraid to go into that man-on-man coverage.
This might be a good time for a screen call right here, as they have really shown that they're willing to bring the pressure on these third down situations. Maybe you take the bite out of this defense with a nice screen call here.
I think you might get your wish here, Nate.
Schultz, pump fake. Now over the middle, he's got Schumacher at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tiffin Calvert on 3rd and 6. The Senecas strike from 66 yards out. And the Polar Bears caught sleeping in the secondary.
So they went from drawing them in for a screen to kind of like a post go.
Mm-hmm. And they bit on the pump fake, and that's what left the defender trailing in that situation, trying to catch up.
Right here. See the pass.
See the pump fake?
Yep.
That's what bought him that extra time he needed. And I don't care who you are. Aiden Miller wasn't going to catch him there. As Schumacher into the open and puts the Senecas back on top, 20-14. Cam Lucius.
Look at this defender.
He's dancing.
And Lucius puts it up and puts it through. And the Senecas lead 21-14.
Is that a distraction tactic?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that kid was spinning around on the field.
If you can't get to him, you got to do something, right?
That's good stuff.
Well, if we get another Senecas touchdown, we're going to try to get our sideline camera to kind of catch the defense there for the Polar Bears on the extra point.
Good stuff.
Well, once again, Tiffin Calvert back on top. 21-14 is the score. 5:34 left to play here in the third quarter. We'll take a time to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here, because, folks, without them, well, we wouldn't be here, trust me. Thanks to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Buckeye IT Services, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Little HUGO'S, 5-Star Maintenance, DAH Wraps, CLOUSE Electric, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Circle H Tire, CARMIES Barbecue and Grill, BENCHWARMERS Restaurant and Delivery, Mercy Health Tiffin Hospital, Burns Electric, GINA GRANDILLO, Attorney at Law, Pit Stop, and HOFFMAN-GOTTFRIED MACK Funeral Home and Crematory, all proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Connor Roush for doing a nice job on the Hoosmobile this week. As we got it back, and it's beautiful. Look at this kick all the way, and it goes into the end zone for the touchback. What a kickoff by that Calvert special teams unit.
If that would have died right at the one.
Oh, and then Senecas pick it up and run it in for a touchdown?
It might have been like the greatest kickoff I ever seen, but man, what a way for that one to bounce.
And it luckily bounced out inside the end zone.
I was going to say, now both of these teams are just sending line drives at each other.
Carey leading Mohawk 14-7. That is now in the fourth quarter.
Power wing football, get you beat 14-7, or it'll get you to win 14-7.
Throw out on the right side, complete. Gage Bodie on the reception, and he's going to be driven out of bounds right at the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. Good for about 4. Jacob run back on the stop for Tiffin Calvert.
Well, now the Polar Bears in the second half have made 2 separate trips down to the red zone and have been able to put points on the board. We saw them make 3 trips in that first half and come away with nothing. I mean, this offense has been clicking. They just haven't been able to come away with the points they need.
Handoff off the right side. Smetzer on the carry, and he got drilled. I mean, Schumacher comes up and just took his pins out, Tommy.
So they teach it in Pittsburgh.
That's right. That was a little higher than what they teach in Pittsburgh, though. They go below the knee. He's too big to bring down. I got to take him down below the knee. He's too big. I can't tackle him.
Jeez, I wonder if
I'm too small.
I wonder if we're bitter Browns fans sitting
Just
here.
a little bit. Just a little bit. 3rd down and 4.
Oh, look at that play clock. Down to 5 now.
Play clock down to 5. Boy.
Just in time.
Drops back. Throws it over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete.
Into the dirt.
And it's going to be a 4th down coming up, and they have it at their own 27. Let's see what the call is here.
Oh, you got pause.
the way the quarterback was kind of looking to the sideline, I'm like, are they really going to go for it?
Tommy says, you got to punt. And I'm like, well, I kicked it right into a kid at the start of the second half, so you never know.
I don't know what kind of tactics they're using over there.
I'll go down there and I'll have words with Quizno myself if he didn't punt it here.
No, I'd watch the fake. You only need 3.
No, not
Smets are in the backfield.
Will you two stop?
I only need 3.
And Bodie gets this one away. It's going to go out of bounds. And this one's going to be in good field position for the Senecas. They should have it close to midfield, about the 45, I think. We'll see where they mark it. Boy, that was a heck of a spot. Really? I mean, it probably went out of bounds. I'm like, that's where the ball ended up, was at the 43.
Greg, you got to replay that?
I didn't think there was going to be a reason to say that one. But
wow.
Yeah, that's definitely where it landed. But
at the 44. I thought it went out near the 50, but we got different angles up here.
They're like, look, we're not NFL referees. We can't spot it to that pinpoint accuracy.
Well, there's no chip in this ball, right?
Yeah.
4 receivers set. Schultz in the backfield. Handoff. Left side. Warnament trying to find some running room. And he's going to be driven out of bounds near the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it. It is good enough for a Tiffin Calvert first down. Of course, first downs presented by UIS Insurance and Investments. All timeouts tonight brought to you by Hope and Fostoria. First National Bank of Sycamore is our scoreboard sponsor. The GINA Grandillo, attorney at law, sponsor of the turnovers tonight, although we have had none so far here today. Actually, we did have one. We did have an interception. I forgot to call that one out. So we did have a turnover earlier in the game, brought to you by GINA Grandillo, attorney at law. Our weather report tonight was brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. Keys to the game, brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. Instant replays tonight, brought to you by CARMIES Barbecue and Grill. And our opening kickoff was presented by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
If I'm Calvert and I'm looking at how this Margaretta defense coming out, I'm attacking that edge. You want to load the box on me? Let's go ahead and spread you out.
Schultz over the middle. He's got a man streaking down the field. Run back, unable to come up with the catch, as it was just a little bit outside his reach.
Time for him to abdicate the throne. No homecoming now.
Oh, man, I thought that one was the home run.
That's what Calvert's been doing, though. They've been drawing up the home run ball instead of the play that you know think's going to go for 6 or 7 yards.
That was 2nd and 1. That's a great time to call that play. Now you got 3rd and 1.
I mean, that's
now you call your bread and butter, give me a yard play. Look at the middle of that defense, wide open.
Now the defense,
right in the middle.
Now the defense
and
spreads
Schultz finds it, and he's going to be close, but the referee does not give him a good spot at all.
I was going to say he fell forward, but I still think he's a little short, maybe, just slightly.
4th down coming up. It's decision time, and Harrison Schultz makes his way to the sideline.
I don't like that spot.
That's why we don't throw bombs on 2nd and 3.
I don't like the spot of that ball at all. That should be in between the hashes, like a half yard mark is where he landed at with that. They put it all the way back.
Traditionally, when you are in 2nd and 1 at the 46, that's like the bomb territory.
There you go.
And they're going to hand it off on 4th and 1. Run back, breaks a tackle, and buries his head forward and picks up the 2 yards they need for the first.
And they almost had him.
I mean, that's the thing, Greg, is Gage Bodie coming off the edge. You had the right play drawn up defensively. But here's the one thing they don't tell you about football. Every play is designed to work 100% of the time. The key matchup, the thing that makes the difference is what play do you draw up and who makes the mistake where on the field to where that play becomes successful.
Right, because they were in position there. They just didn't wrap them up.
Right there.
There, they had
Schultz.
You come off the edge if they try to attack it.
Boy, they have been all over that quarterback keeper. I don't think Schultz has gained much more than a couple yards altogether here tonight. It just has not had much running room as the defense keys on him right away. As soon as he starts to run forward, they collapse that middle of the defensive line.
I'm telling you, it's almost like a bait and switch method. As you'll see, the Polar Bears here will now load the box, and then you'll see probably that pitch out to the edge, that counter, that trap. That's where your bread and butter in the run game's really working, is closing off the end.
Getting the edge. 2nd down and 9. 4 receivers set. Schultz back to pass. They set up the screen. Warneman has it. He's got blockers in front to the 35. And he's going to be ridden down inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Tiffin Calvert first down, brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments.
Again, you invite the pressure.
And a flag.
You invite the pressure.
At the end of the play, I believe that one's going to be against Margaretta. Yes, indeed, it is against the Polar Bears. Defensive holding is the call. And so that'll tack on 5 more. Oh, personal foul.
Oh, wow.
So it must have been something at the end of the play because there was a little bit extracurricular there.
I've seen that the last few plays here.
It's been happening all game, both ways.
There's just a little extra aggression coming out on both sides of the ball there.
A lot of chippiness here tonight between these two teams.
A little extra shove you down, pull you down.
If you're a polar bear, you can't lose your cool.
First and 10 at the 17. Schultz in the pistol. 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff. Run back. Bounces it to the outside. He's got blockers to the 10. Inside the 10 to the 5. And he's down inside the 5. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 2-yard line.
No extra help by the big boys up front.
And that's what they need.
Right there. They're a little bit outside the shoulder pad. Didn't get the call there. But the Senecas make big yards of it and are now knocking from the 2-yard line.
Hopewell Loudon 72-33 over Willard right now in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Handoff. And that's a touchdown. Tiffin Calvert.
Wow, they just imposed their will on that touchdown drive.
Cal Warneman plunges in from 2 yards out. And I'll tell you what, Tommy, big number 71 was on the other end of a pancake right there. As they really set the edge there on the left side.
Yeah, Cam Moyer just open up a can of the Chef Moore RD.
Oh, Lucius unable to convert on the extra point, so it stays a 27-14 ball game. Cam Lucius is 3 for 4 on extra points tonight, and he did miss a field goal earlier in the first quarter, but Tiffin Calvert leading 27-14, 54 seconds left here in the third quarter. I'd love to send it down to our sideline reporter, but we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it, and the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here. 54 seconds left in the third quarter. Tiffin Calvert leading 27-14 over Margaretta. Thanks for tuning in here on the Adrenaline stream. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg Kinn, the Wizard, on the 1s and 2s. Zach Blythe on the overhead cam. Austin Rodriguez down on the sidelines on the action cam. And Eric Hall, our sideline reporter tonight. Kickoff.
It's
going to go
identical.
past all the Polar Bears. And, yeah, Washington's going to have to pick that one up at the 4.
Better get on.
And he's going to be dropped right at the 12-yard line. Excellent special teams coverage.
Oh, my goodness.
By the Senecas.
Washington did not want any help.
I think it was Xavier Kimmett on the stop, I want to say. Yes, Xavier Kimmett comes up with a special team stop. And that is a big-time special teams play there as, once again, the Polar Bears just kind of watched that one go by.
I was going to say, how about the placement of that kick? Again, I don't think you could pay me to kick the ball exactly the same twice like that. He put it inside, like, the 2-yard line in the corner of the field both times there.
And Washington made a risky play by picking that one up.
Yeah.
Shotgun set, 2 backs in the backfield. Boy, going to hand it off the right side. They got some blocking. I don't know if that was a block in the back. Yeah, it was. There's the flag right there. As Schumacher was blocked in the back on that one. He was coming off the edge, but the receiver came up with like what looked like it was going to be a crackback, but he just kind of put his arms out, and when you extend the arms, that's a telltale sign. And a block in the back called on Margaretta.
Sometimes that always makes me mad when you
right here
when you gotta
see that. Actually, it was Washington.
Right there. Yep.
Yep.
Be on the outside of the play right here. Yep. Just enough to move him backwards.
Sometimes you find a defender down there sleeping, and if he's not paying attention, you just clean him up.
42 seconds left in the third quarter.
And every once in a while, you get called for it.
That's right. 1st and 15 for the Polar Bears with the ball at the 7-yard line, 8-yard line.
On their own 7.
Polar Bears. Oh, nearly a bad snap. They do get it.
Yeah.
And Judah Keller on the carry, lucky to get it back to the line of scrimmage, but man, that was a bad snap. If that was, if they hadn't got that under control, that goes back into the end zone, maybe a safety or possibly a touchdown.
They should give him looks at receiver there after the way he snagged that one in one-handed like that.
Good old Carter Cook cooking in the backfield there to get a huge stop. And that's going to end the third quarter of action for us, Nate.
All right, and unlike the first game, we are going to go ahead and step aside during this third quarter break and take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency, providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent, Sam Schelt Palm, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. We got Greg Kinn, the Wizard, up here in the press box with us, keeping us live, making us look good. Zach Blythe on the overhead cam. Austin Rodriguez on the sideline cam, and Eric Hall, our sideline reporter. We'll check in with him after this play as a 2nd down and 13 coming up for the Polar Bears. Ball at the 9-yard line. Senecas show a 5-man front. They bring actually 6 up to the line. And boy, pump fake, dropped, and a safety! Cam Moyer, they're going to say he was down at the 1. Are you kidding me?
No, he was not.
Are you kidding me?
In what world?
The big can of
How was he down at the 1?
Coming down on boy.
Poor Papa Moyer's got to be over there going, are you kidding me?
He got work in the morning.
Ugh.
Unbelievable.
And Cam still down in the end zone. Hopefully he's okay. I'm not sure what happened.
Okay, let's look here. Let's see. Where is he down at the 1? Not down, not down.
No, he is down in the end zone.
He was thrown in
that
the
was
end
clearly a safety. But I'll tell you, this is what I do know about this call. The referees will always try to make sure if he had any kind of forward progress at all, like he moved his foot or shoulder or anything towards the line of scrimmage, that will be where they mark his forward progress.
That's just so crazy.
I've seen it in the NFL happen where I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's so crazy to me, especially when you're at the 7 or 8 yard line. If you're in the end zone, you definitely went backwards.
Yes.
Again,
but apparently only 7 yards backwards.
One thing you don't ever want to see is a player down. Moyer still yet to get up. So let's go ahead and step away real quick, Greg, for picture-in-picture break. We try to.
All right, we'll be right back.
See the Polar Bears facing a 3rd and 21.
For high school students, this can be a fun time of year. Prom, graduation, summer vacations, etc. Sometimes students will attend parties that permit underage drinking.
There are serious legal consequences and liability issues for parents who serve alcohol to underage students. This could include fines, lawsuits, and even jail time.
Parents can be held responsible for underage drinking, even if they're not home when it happens. The best gift you can give your child is to be their parent, not their friend.
Don't be a party to teenage drinking. Parents who host lose the most.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities.
All right, and we're back here, Frost-Kalnow Stadium, as Cam Moyer looks like he's able to make it off on mostly his own power. I mean, he does need a little bit of help, but I think he'll be okay. I don't know if we'll see him the rest of tonight, but...
Eric, you able to find any clarification on that, why that wasn't a safety when you get a chance? But, man, I tell you what, Cam Moyer had the quarterback dead to rights in the backfield.
3rd down, 21 now.
From the one.
From the one.
Boy, back to pass. Loads it up down the right sideline. Incomplete. And they both got tied up.
Wow.
That is just,
That's the old,
I try so hard to understand the referee's job.
That's the old Pittsburgh
but
Steelers.
their legs got tied up. Like, how is that pass interference on either one of them?
The old Pittsburgh Steelers. Just throw it deep and hope for a pass interference.
That's exactly. It's still not going to be enough for a first down. You're still going to have a 3rd down and about 7. But, man, what a bailout call.
Let's see if we caught. I know the camera was moving here, so I'm not sure if we caught all of it there, but you can see. Loads it up. Yeah.
That just, I mean. And what's bad is Schumacher was calling for it for the receiver, like saying the receiver actually interfered with him. And the ball will be spotted at the 16-yard line. And it's going to be a 3rd down and about 8. This will be a 3rd down and about 7, maybe 8 here. Because remember, in high school, it's not an automatic first down. Yeah, pass interference is not an automatic first down at the high school level. What a hit by John Schumacher. Coming up to make the stop. And let's see, what are the Polar Bears going to do? 11:20 left to play in the ball game.
Yeah, it's going to be short distance.
And you're going to have about 2.5 yards to go. Do you want to go to the well again, or have you figured out that it's empty already?
I don't know. I think you got to punt it here.
That's actually that's the right call. Their defense has played a pretty decent game to this point.
And just terrible field position if you turn the ball over here.
And that's exactly right, Tommy. Greg, you're right. If they were to try to go for it in this situation, it basically tells your defense, I don't trust you. And Bodie gets this one away.
Like I said, had it been one possession later, that's definitely a different ball game, different story. But 10:42 remaining, you got a chance to get a quick stop and then give yourself 2 quality drives to try to either knot this one up or take the lead.
27-14, Tiffin Calvert leading Margaretta. Senecas come in tonight, number 4 in Division 7, Region 26. And the Margaretta Polar Bears, number 19 in Division 6, Region 22. So the Polar Bears really need this one here tonight. That Region 22 is you want to talk about a tough division, a tough region. That is, there's a lot of good football teams in that region.
I had forgotten about the missed extra point there. That could come into play late in this game.
Mm-hmm. Handoff, and it's going to be a stop in the backfield for a loss. As Cal Warneman on the carry.
That's like Dylan Gibson, the captain, though.
And Warnock's going to have to come off for a play as his helmet was knocked off.
Dylan Gibson for the Polar Bears, he's shaking up a little bit.
Second down and 11. Ball at the 30 to 29-yard line. 10:05 left to play in the ball game. 4 receivers set here. 1 man in the backfield. Schultz loads it up, slings it. Wolf nearly had it, but I'll tell you, Schultz put just a little too much mustard on that one. He was trying to get it in there, but threw it behind his intended receiver.
Well, that was one of the things is Brett Miller comes in to make the save after the blitzing defender comes off the coverage. Schultz making the right read there. Just unable to come away with it. And Brett Miller making a huge stop there for the Polar Bears.
We'll check in with our sideline reporter after this play to see if he has any update on the Cameron Moyer situation as that screen pass is caught. Jacob Rumback on the reception, and he's going to be driven out of bounds right about the 45-yard line. And a late flag comes in. As I'll tell you what, I don't know about this one, Tommy, because Rumback was running down the sideline, and just as he stepped out, the defender delivered the blow. What are you supposed to do in that situation? You going to let him run all the way down the sideline? You have to hit him. You got to knock him out of bounds.
Yes.
I always hate that situation.
I know.
Where
Playing the sideline.
You got to give the runner a chance to give himself up along the sideline there.
Yeah, but sometimes if you give him a chance to give himself up, he doesn't, and that gives him the chance to score a touchdown.
Right down the sideline. I've seen it tiptoe a lot. I've seen those tiptoe plays happen a lot. So.
Taking to the 41-yard line here now. A fresh set it down for the Senecas.
Schultz in the shotgun. 4 receivers set. Handoff, run back. Up the middle to the 35, and he's down to about the 34-yard line. Nice little 6, maybe 7-yard pickup there by Jacob Rumback as they're finding a little bit more running room in the center of this offensive line and getting a little bit more push here.
This defense is beat up by the Polar Bears. You've had a lot of guys kind of limping around, and even if you're a captain of the football team, sometimes you need that little bit of respite. I'd rather have a quality defensive player come in to fill a hole and plug gaps than to keep your guy in there to keep getting hurt.
Schultz, handoff. As Jamison Godfrey, I believe, on the carry. Yep. Got it back to the line, maybe a yard on the play. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, as he's now down on the sideline. Any injury update now on Cam Moyer? Oh, I don't have you. I don't have your mic. I don't know. It's not on. Is it on?
I don't see anything coming up here.
Yeah, so. I don't have any signal here, so darn.
Yeah,
I think Cam Moyer's actually
I got you potted up. So,
he's
and
back.
Cam Moyer checks back into the game. Hey, there we go. I don't know what happened, but we got you back, Eric. I'll check in with you here in just a minute after this play. I think he's got too many people in between him and the flag. Like, the cheerleaders are an obvious obstruction to our signal because people are like giant water bags.
Yeah.
They're 70% water.
I was gonna say
and
that.
Water interferes with an RF signal. So
And you got the metal bleachers on the sideline right there, right next to you all the time. So there's a lot going on.
All right, we'll check in with Eric on the sideline. Let's see. Does he? Do we have him? Do we got Eric Hall?
I see signal.
You got me?
I think I got you. We got you.
We got it.
All right. All right. So I see Cam Moyer checks back into the game. Any update on what actually happened there?
I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I did see him over here working out the side of his calf muscle. As soon as he went down, they had sophomore Parker Nye was in there warming up with Harrison. And he went there for a little bit, but I saw Moyer put his helmet back on. He's ready to go, it seems.
4th down and 2, and the Senecas come up short.
And Gage Bodie with a huge, huge play here late in the 4th to where, again, that might have
you got a replay on
I'm
that,
not sure
Greg?
if I caught that one all the way because I wasn't paying attention to what
brought the paddles out, as you'll see right here.
Yeah, just pushed backwards. They stood him up and just moved him backwards there. 4th and 2.
Rumback has had a little bit of trouble finding running space here tonight, as there's been a couple times where he's been met in the backfield.
And they have Bodie listed as a defensive back, but in this defensive scheme, they kind of play more of that outside linebacker situation. He just came up, laid the wood, and made a huge stop and got the turnover for his squad.
Boy slings it out, and that one is complete. Washington comes up with a great catch at the 38-yard line.
Now, again, that decision to punt on their last drive
pays off.
Pays off now because, again, you got to stop from your defense, turnover, and now you're going to get those 2 quality drives.
And now if you're Tiffin Calvert, you need to stand up tall here and make a stop defensively. Bowie. Back to pass, steps up, going down the field. He's got a man in the middle of the field, and Billy Klaus comes up with the pick. A turnover for the Tiffin Calvert defense. And, of course, turnovers brought to you by GINA Grandillo, attorney at law. But what a big play there by Billy Klaus as he comes up with the interception.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
And I'll tell you, Tommy, every time they've tried to throw it deep, he doesn't have the arm to get it down there.
Yeah, you can tell how much he's loading it up.
Yeah, he's putting everything he has into that. It still comes up short.
I mean, not by much, but just enough.
I didn't want to seem like a Nostradamus type, but it was like one of those things where you seen the pressure by the Senecas, continuous, and you're sitting there thinking, all right, so when are they going to try to bring that pressure to try to get a big old turnover? And right there, you see it as Klaus comes down with it.
Would that make you a Nostradamus?
In some ways.
Ball at the 25-yard line. Handoff. And Cal Warneman on the carry picks up a couple. He's got it up to about the 27, maybe the 26. That's where they spot him down.
Man, that turnover is just so deflating. Oh, if you're the Polar Bears.
Who's that turnovers brought to you by, Nate?
Yeah, brought to you by GINA Grandillo, attorney at law.
I know we missed that one earlier we kind of forgot about, but that happens after you've had 2 back-to-back games.
Yes. I'm trying my best to keep up with everything here, but my brain is kind of mush at this point, so we've made it. We're here in the 4th quarter, 6 minutes and 12 seconds left, and the Senecas holding on to a 13-point lead. Harrison Schultz in the shotgun. Looks like the Margaretta Polar Bears going to bring pressure off the edge. Schultz looking, slings it down the middle of the field. He's got Klaus down the field, and it's broken up. Great play on the ball there by Gage Bodie. Klaus, the intended receiver, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
I thought he had that one. I thought he mossed that one.
Once again, what's with the dial-ups on 2nd and long?
Hey, now, don't question the play calling.
I mean, you're out.
They don't like that.
You're out 2 scores.
People
you got
don't
plenty
like it.
of ball game.
People don't like it when you question the play calling, Tommy. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, and it's been 12 years
Dealt
on
with that
journalism
before.
to deal with what people think.
Schultz steps up into the pocket, and he's going to take off and run. And he's got the first down and then some, and he's going to go out of bounds right at the 44-yard line. And a flag flies in.
I was going to say, we're going to get a flag on
right about the 33-yard line. I think there might be a block in the back.
Well, these Senecas, they definitely play to win. They don't play to lose as they continue this high-powered offense.
And it is indeed. I think they called it a blindside block, maybe? That's definitely a blindside because they knocked off 15 yards off the penalty. That's one thing they're really trying to clean up out of the game. They don't want that play in the game anymore. These blindside blocks, when a defender is not looking for the block, he's not engaged. And I'll tell you, that could be like a car crash when you're not ready for it, you know? Like 5:37 left here in the 4th quarter, 3rd and 17. Schultz in the shotgun, looking, steps up, delivers it down the field. He's got a man run back.
It's intercepted.
Wow. Are they going to say intercepted?
Wow. I can't tell.
What's the call?
One official saying he pulled it in, and that has to be for Margaretta, right? Because he's the one that came up with the ball.
I thought initially Calvert caught it.
I mean,
And then
Yeah.
Washington come away with it.
I was going to say, I thought Calvert came down with the ball, but then, yeah, Margaretta came up with the ball, but that doesn't mean anything. It's what the refs say here at the end of the day. Looks like they're swapping balls out.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a turnover.
Wow.
Turnovers brought to you by GINA Grandillo, attorney at law.
Let's take a look here.
On 3rd and 17.
Yeah, Washington comes up with it.
Wow.
Boy, in the shotgun. Pump fakes. Now throws it down the left side. He's got Washington at the 20, 15, and he's shoestring tackle to save the touchdown by Xavier Kimmett. And Washington gets it down to the 8-yard line, where it'll be first and goal.
It's no time wasted. As the Senecas, again, with that tackle, definitely saved themselves some time off the clock.
First downs brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Ball at the 8-yard line, first and goal. 3 receivers set, 2 backs in the backfield. Judah Keller and Kane Smetzer. Boy, rolls to his right, rolls to his right, rolling, looking into the end zone, incomplete. And I'm surprised they didn't call pass interference on that one. I'll just be honest, they called the same.
They had Washington on an island at first, then he fights his way, jogs for position to what you could say is a little bit of a push-off.
Yeah, you see, Warnament ran into the receiver, took him off of his path to the ball there. Could have been a call, but they let it go. Even though they called the feet getting tangled up down here on the other side.
That's the Pittsburgh Steelers play. You got to give them that one. I think it's in the playbook, actually.
Well, here's the thing is, you're trying to play a little more conservative, so you're giving Bowie the time to throw. Danged if you do, danged if you don't. As a call the timeout here.
Timeout called by Margaretta. Of course, timeout's brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. We'll use this time to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here tonight. I want to thank your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Buckeye IT Services, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Little HUGO'S, 5-Star Maintenance, DAH Wraps, CLOUSE Electric, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Circle H Tire, CARMIES Barbecue and Grill, BENCHWARMERS Restaurant and Delivery, Mercy Health Tiffin Hospital, Burns Electric, GINA Grandillo Attorney at Law, Pit Stop, and HOFFMAN-GOTTFRIED MACK Funeral Home and Crematory. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Listen, Nate, I know that Klaus is electric, but you're in the middle of a sponsor list here. You can't just say that. He's a Klaus electric.
He is electric.
I know he's electric. You can't just say that in the middle of a sponsor.
I can say what I want.
You got to stay focused.
Once again, don't forget, tune in tomorrow morning as we are live inside Studio Squared with another edition of Saturday Scoreboard right here on Heart of Ohio Sports around 10 a.m., somewhere around that time. We're not a hard time. When we have our own shows, don't expect it to be exactly at 10 o'clock when we go live, because sometimes it's a little late getting going, especially after a long night like tonight. We might get going at 11 tomorrow. Who knows?
I was gonna say that's the beauty of being live too, because
yes.
When you record shows and you have them posted on a schedule, that's a whole different beast than getting up, setting everything up, making sure everything works, going live.
I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is that when you're live, you have to have everything set before you go live.
Well, as Tommy's always said, that there's no safety net.
Exactly. Second down and goal. Ball at the 8.
No safety net for the Senecas as you're faced with going after it.
Rolls to his right, looking into the end zone, looking, slings it. He's got a man.
Is he in?
He did not come down with that inbounds.
No, they're saying he's out. He was not in bounds when he came down with it. Julian Washington is like, come on, can I get that call, ref, please? I'd like a touchdown.
I'm going to put Tommy on the ref crew with how fast he saw that one.
If that's a touchdown, it wasn't a sack in the end zone earlier.
By our cameraman, Zach Blythe. Oh, he was so close.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
close.
Wow, that was really close.
I was going to say, feet looked okay.
Well,
maybe.
I think the feet were coming off the ground as he caught it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's
you got to have possession.
If you even get a toe dragon, that's a catch. But
a toe dragon? Is that what plays tomorrow here at Frost-Kalnow?
CU Dragons.
Oh, okay. All right.
The two dragons.
Two
not
dragons.
The toe
not toe, two. Okay, all right.
But no, yeah, you guys are absolutely right. You leave the ground at all there. And if you can't stay in contact with the ground, that's not a catch.
This is so frustrating to watch. Because, again, this clock should be dwindled down a lot further than what it is. And these Polar Bears should be put on ice in a lot of respects. But now they're driving, looking to get within a score on a huge 3rd and 8 from their own 8.
3rd and goal.
Uh-oh.
Boy sets up the screen on the left side. Defense was there, but they weren't able to make the stop.
I don't know. Are they going
No, they stopped him right at the goal line.
Yeah, he was not in.
Once again, a stop at the goal line for the Senecas defense. This time, 4th and 1. Let's see if they can come up with a big play.
I understand running your offense, especially down in the goal line, but the clock's still ticking, and you just no sense of urgency here.
That was just a great job of CLOUSE keeping himself between the goal line and the receiver there.
I'll see if the quarterback comes up to the line here. They bring a man in motion.
Well, they got Keller right there off the edge.
Boy, bad snap, and he's got a ball on the ground. He has to pick it up, and he's brought down in the backfield.
You've got to be kidding me.
Another 4th down stop for this Senecas defense.
The Senecas with a horseshoe in their uniform. I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
Ooh, buddy.
My.
He took his eyes off the ball.
I was just going to say that.
So show that again, Greg. He took his eyes off the ball before it ever got to his hands.
We'll pull it back.
Replay brought to you by CARMIES.
You can tell he's looking.
Look, he wasn't even looking at the ball.
He was looking where he was going to go with the ball.
He was looking at his receiver before he ever caught the snap.
Oh, my God.
Wow. A sophomore quarterback making a costly mistake here at the end of the game. 4:01 left in the ball game. Schultz with a little quick pitch. Run back off the left side to the 15, 20, and he is gone! 50! And they're going to say he's out of bounds. Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I thought he was gone. I thought that was going to be a 94-yarder. What a way to cap off homecoming night, right? For the King.
Oh, my goodness. I mean...
I was this close to being like, and the King is he's gone.
I mean, look at that. Just patient, following your blocks, hitting the holes, gets to the outside. I thought he tiptoed and stayed in.
Oh, just barely.
I mean, I don't know where.
At the 37-yard line is where they mark him out.
Yeah, you almost got your Elvis headline there, Nate, but nonetheless, Rombach and the Seneca is going to go back up to the line from their own 37.
3 receivers set, low snap, handoff, Warnament. I tell you what, that low snap actually did him some favors because it allowed his blocks to set up. Sometimes I see Cal Warnament. Whoa!
What happened?
Yeah. 71 threw a punch. He's got to be gone. He's probably out of the game.
Wow.
That's a captain.
And that's a senior captain just losing his composure.
And great job there. Great job there. Keeping the team separated from each other.
Yeah. Carter Wolf doing a nice job of stepping up, being peacemaker there.
Yeah, he understands the situation. He understands the situation. You don't want to be the one that gets in trouble here.
You got a replay on that, Greg, at all? Yeah, right here at the end, watch. I don't know if we got the actual camera on it, but, yeah, it was, I don't think we got the actual replay.
Because, 71 walked off.
And he took his helmet off right away. He knew. He's like, I'm done.
Yep.
We're done.
Yeah, the action.
And that's just frustration.
Yep, it was off to the left-hand side of the screen there. We didn't actually catch the action, but yeah, you could see the immediate aftermath as he walked into shot, ripped his helmet off.
And that's just got to be so frustrating if you're a Polar Bear fan.
There's 3 flags on the field. I
think all 3 refs saw that one clear as day. Now, the question is, was he baited? And if he is it going to be offsetting penalties? Because I think that's the discussion right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of discussion going on between the coaches, a couple of players, I think trying to figure out what exactly went down on the field down there.
Something was said, but I tell you what, regardless of what happened, 71's got to be gone. You can't throw a punch. I don't care what was said or what was done at the end of that play. If he didn't get a punch thrown at him, he has no business throwing a punch. Regardless, he doesn't have any business throwing punches at all.
It's the game of football.
That's a
the frustrations, and they just boil over when you're a 3-3 team in week 7.
And they've played so many close games with good teams. That's the frustrating part. You look at this Polar Bear team, they lost in overtime to a 5-1 Western Reserve team. They lost to a Division IV Vermilion team.
See what the call here is.
By 7.
Oh, I think they are gonna be offsetting. It looks like and I think that he just said.
I have no idea what's going on right now, but this is just, it's gotten a little bit out of hand. And I need a referee friend to clear up what's going on here. Because, I just sometimes.
I think the Calvert player said something that they don't teach in Sunday school.
Well, I mean.
It looks like the referee could use a referee friend to try to figure out what's going on down there, Nate.
And, tempers flare.
Okay, so what are they doing with the ball here?
So evidently they're marking it where the ball was down.
Right, because they did say, I'm pretty sure they were offsetting. It looked like they called one on each side. So.
And since it was a dead ball foul after the play was over, the play counts, and then the penalties do not count.
Yeah, but, I mean, they would offset it either way, so nothing changes. So all that.
For
a first down.
Ball at the 47-yard line, 3:25 left in the ball game. Shotgun formation. Schultz back in the backfield with one back there with him. Harrison Schultz takes the snap. Quick pitch to the right side. Cal Warnament on the carry, trying to find the outside. Cuts it back up inside. And he's got it down near the first down marker. And they'll give him enough to move the chains. That'll be another first down, brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments.
No, I get it. With three minutes remaining here in the game, you missed your window, Ted. There on the 1-yard line, if you're Margaretta. You had the ball driving, and then that miscue on the snap really got you back within a score. And now you're just fending off the Senecas here on their ensuing drive.
Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, after this play, as he might have a little bit more of a analysis on what happened on that last sequence of events. Run back to the outside, keeps it in bounds, wisely stays in bounds to keep that clock moving.
He runs like those pictures you see of Myles Garrett, where he's slanted sideways, and you're like, how's a human even stand like that? That's exactly how he runs.
All right, let's check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall.
Eric!
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
It's going, man. It's getting feisty down here. Yeah, there's a lot of words going back and forth between both teams. I didn't see what started the fight, but I did see number 71 throw the first punch.
I heard a sideline reporter throw a punch.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, getting a little feisty down there, Eric?
If they needed me, man, I'm in.
I'll tell you what, I'd be throwing punches if anybody got between me and a Maryland cookie. So
you just said on air. So you just said on air that you would go fight high schoolers.
Yeah, well, they were even talking a little smack to the photographer, Mark Hammer, down here.
That's a
Tommy.
Nice, that's a nice change of subject there. He's like, Jeff Hammer's down here.
We love you, Eric.
It's been a tremendous night.
What a ball game. Thanks again.
It's been 2 games worth of work here tonight. I feel for these Polar Bears. I can't get that last drive out of my head.
There's been so many times they've been so short, so close.
It made me want to go down there and start throwing punches. On 2nd and 4.
They bring a man in motion. That's Godfrey. He's going to take it off the motion. And Jamison Godfrey plunges forward. No, actually, he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. (27-14) Calvert. Timeout on the field. And we'll keep it right here for this Hope and Fostoria timeout. Actually, let's go ahead. Step aside. Let's take a timeout. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
For high school students, this can be a fun time of year. Prom, graduation, summer vacations, etc. Sometimes students will attend parties that permit underage drinking.
There are serious legal consequences and liability issues for parents who serve alcohol to underage students. This could include fines, lawsuits, and even jail time.
Parents can be held responsible for underage drinking, even if they're not home when it happens. The best gift you can give your child is to be their parent, not their friend.
Don't be a party to teenage drinking. Parents who host lose the most.
And we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call. Greg Kinn up here in the press box with us. 3rd down and 4. Senecas have it at the 37-yard line. They fake it to the motion man, hand it off to Jacob Rumback, who carries it through the middle, and he's got the first down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. And this Senecas offensive line starting to lean on these Margaretta Polar Bears. And Tommy, you know what happens when the offensive line starts leaning on that defensive line.
Oh, yeah.
Down to 2:08 left in the ball game. Don't forget, stick around for the post-game show. We'll have our player of the game brought to you by Little HUGO'S.
Did we have you want to check the scores, see if we had a final from the not Columbian, the Dakota game? I mean, I'm pretty sure we knew how that one ended, but you never know.
Harrison Schultz, handoff, Jacob Rumback. And he's going to be bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Let's take a look around the area at the First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard. As over on the X stream, you can find Gibsonburg and Lakota. And I cannot find it on score stream for some reason. I don't know what the heck happened. It was right there, and now it's not. It's not.
Because you're not on the X stream. It's the only place you can find it.
I guess so. Yeah. What the heck's going on? Where is Gibsonburg? Come on, huh?
Almost down to a minute now. Oh, they're just going to take the knee here?
It says 28-0 Gibsonburg in the 3rd quarter. Senecas take a knee. Margaretta Polar Bears out of timeouts, so that's going to be the end of the ball game. Senecas will have to run one more play, and then that'll be it. We get out of here after the end of a long afternoon and evening here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. We've done 2 games tonight, guys. 2 games. It said 28-0. Is that what the score is?
It looks like it was 21-0 here towards the end. The game is over, so let's see.
So score stream wasn't even right. That's why I hate that app. I hate giving score updates from there because half the time it's not even right. It's Wikipedia.
Oh, wait a minute. We might be having issues with that stream dropping.
All right. Well, that is the end of this one as Tiffin Calvert closes out Margaretta to go up 6-0 on the season. And the Polar Bears fall to 3-4 in the 2023 campaign. 27-14 is your final. Tiffin Calvert over Margaretta. We'll step aside, take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show where we will present our player of the game, brought to you by Little HUGO'S. That's all coming to you next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Why go to Lease Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lease Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lease Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lease Floor Covering in Tiffin.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For high school students, this can be a fun time of year. Prom, graduation, summer vacations, etc. Sometimes students will attend parties that permit underage drinking.
There are serious legal consequences and liability issues for parents who serve alcohol to underage students. This could include fines, lawsuits, and even jail time.
Parents can be held responsible for underage drinking, even if they're not home when it happens. The best gift you can give your child is to be their parent, not their friend.
Don't be a party to teenage drinking. Parents who host lose the most.
Buckeye IT Services is a trusted partner for cybersecurity, fully managed and co-managed IT support. Municipalities, financial organizations, and mature businesses turn to them to eliminate IT stress and enable growth. Visit BuckeyeIT.com today to start your partnership. Make sure to check out this week's edition of the Heart of Ohio Sports Observer by Josh Morgret on heartofohiosports.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Sam Schelt-Palm for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Legacy Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
Little HUGO'S is Tiffin's longest-running ice cream store, in operation since 1949. A local family-owned business, you know them because of those famous shredded chicken sandwiches and their delicious fresh lemon slushes. Stop by today and take advantage of their convenient drive-thru, where you're sure to find something for the whole family to enjoy at Little HUGO'S on West Market Street in Tiffin. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall here with you. We're here with the postgame show presented by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, one of our proud presenting sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Tiffin Calvert upends Margaretta. 27-14 is your final score. And I'll tell you, folks, this one was a lot closer than that 13-point deficit. It just felt to me like, you know, at one point in this game, it was 14-14 tie. It was anybody's ball game. Yeah. And I tell you, the Senecas defense really stepped up when they needed to, come up with a couple of big stops, and then that offense got clicking, and they figured out how to move the ball against this Margaretta defense, especially, you know, Tommy, you made a point in the first half. They just kept trying to go for those home run balls. Well, it seemed like here in the second half, they really settled in and found a way to attack that defense in between the tackles. And that's kind of what led to them being able to grind out this victory at the end of the game. So big win for Tiffin Calvert. They moved to 6-0. But Margaretta falls to 3-4 on the season, and they're going to need a lot of things to happen between now and the end of the year for them to work their way back into playoff contention, as they were number 19 in their region coming into tonight, and that was not going to make it any easier to climb back up. But, you know, this Senecas team, they're putting together a nice little run here. And, you know, last week they had the cancellation of the game. I'm sure they were all ready to go, ready to play that one, but it didn't happen. And they come out here this week, put up 14 points quick in the first half, and then at the beginning of the second half, things started kind of falling apart a little bit, coming off the rails, and they brought it back together because of this solid senior leadership they have on this team. I really feel like, you know, this was something where at one point somebody on those sidelines said something to the rest of that team and said, "Hey guys, we can't let this slip away. We got a great chance in front of us." And there was a fire lit under them there in that second half, and they came out with a vengeance. All right, so I think we have our Little HUGO'S player of the game. Great job by Eric Hall. This was a lot quicker getting our player of the game this time, but hey, didn't have to go up and ring the victory bell 50 times. So, all right, our Little HUGO'S player of the game, Xavier Kimmett. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good, man. Good.
Looks like you just played 48 minutes of football.
Man, what a ball game.
Yeah,
big win for you guys. Crazy. Talk about what that means right now.
Man, they were a super physical and tough team, man. We needed a win like that, so
yeah. And this is
so much to us.
That's a litmus test kind of game where it's a measuring stick. You want to see where you're at with some of these better teams. It's a Division VI team, and they played a lot of close football games this year. Yeah. What went into you guys, it was tied at 14 apiece. What was the message on the sideline at that point?
You know, just to stay positive, not to get down on ourselves, and, keep the game going. Just do great out there.
Yeah, and you, young man, got this all started with a couple of big stops behind the line of scrimmage. You guys really have – there was a point when – you come up with a couple of stops behind the line of scrimmage. Was that something you guys saw on film? Because it was like they'd sling it out to the outside to the receiver behind the line of scrimmage, a little bubble screen, but you guys didn't even give him a chance to catch the ball. Yeah. You were on him as soon as he caught it. Is that something you saw on film?
Yeah, we saw that all week. We were playing that in practice. I watched a lot of film, so I was ready for it.
Nice.
I was going to say, I was calling you the king of the flats there as there in that first half, Margaretta. This game could have definitely went another way as you guys were able to close them out 3 out of 4 trips downfield on the possessions, and you were very instrumental in getting those stops on huge downs right there in the flats. My question to you is, coming out from the locker room after having that 14-point lead, Margaretta seemingly coming out with that trickery on that kickoff. Coming out and just punching Calvert right in the mouth to try to tie it up. And then in quick fashion, you guys were able to kind of get another touchdown and take back the lead. What was kind of the message and the rallying point for these Senecas there in the second half after Margaretta seemingly just kind of wouldn't go away and just kept after it?
No, it was just to keep playing our game, keep playing football, and, just being ourselves out there, so.
Just trying to maintain a positive mindset, I think, is really hard when you start to get in those situations where, you had a 14-point lead. It evaporates just like that at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, it's easy to have your head held high when you're winning, but it's those moments where you have the adversity and weather those storms, and, you got to play a full 48 minutes. And, young man, again, you played a full 48 minutes, but you were super instrumental throughout the first 24. And for that reason, one of the main reasons why you – especially special teams play. That can't go under. But again, that's why you're our Little HUGO'S player of the game. So go ahead and tell us what the go-to order is, and if you got any shout-outs.
Oh, go-to order is a pound of Griffs. Pound of Griffs and some fries on the side.
What about Little HUGO'S?
Little HUGO'S?
Yeah. What's your go-to when you go to Little HUGO'S? What is that go-to item you gotta have?
I love their burgers.
Really?
Their burgers are real good.
Okay, this is the first time I've heard about the burgers.
Really?
Everybody tells me about those shredded chicken Sammies and that fresh squeezed lemon slush. Those are all the key signature items, but man, the burgers?
Yeah.
Okay, all
Burgers
right.
are-
I'm going to have to give a burger a shot from Little Hugo's. And I'll tell you what, you got a $10 gift card coming your way. That'll go a long way. It should get you a burger, maybe some fries, and maybe even a drink. Who knows? I don't know. It's quite a bit of cachet you got there heading to Little Hugo's. Now, you got any shout-outs you want to give tonight?
No, I just want to thank my family, my friends, my coaches for believing in me, and most importantly, God for everything, you know.
That's awesome. All right.
So what's the Diddy song or the dance move that you break out at the homecoming? What song we
probably a lot of grittying.
So I do have one question before we let you go here. That penalty, what happened?
I don't even know.
We don't know either. We were like, I just saw him throw a punch, and I'm like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah, I was asking my coaches on the sideline. They didn't even know, too. So wow. It was crazy, but
hey,
great game.
It's all how it settled out, and now you're 6-0. How's that feel?
Feels amazing. Loving it.
Well, hey, we're setting the stage for a great Week 10 matchup here, but you still got a couple ones ahead of you on the horizon. Next week, you travel to Woodmore, right? Woodmore?
Yeah.
And then the week after that, you're coming back home, hosting Willard, and then right back here, that's on the road, Week 10 against the Chieftains. So, I mean, there's a few things you got to take care of beforehand, but this is kind of setting up for one of those monumental matchups at the end of the year. Yeah. I mean, just keep your head straight on. Keep your focus on what's in front of you. Outstanding game tonight, young man.
Thank you.
Great job. Great job. Once again, Xavier Kimmett, our Little Hugo's player of the game. All right, folks, we're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll come back, wrap things up. Once again, you're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Senecas on top, 27-14.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Little Hugo's is Tiffin's longest-running ice cream store, in operation since 1949. A local family-owned business, you know them because of those famous shredded chicken sandwiches and their delicious fresh lemon slushes. Stop by today and take advantage of their convenient drive-thru, where you're sure to find something for the whole family to enjoy at Little Hugo's on West Market Street in Tiffin. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here with more of the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union post-game show. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. We've got Greg Kinn up here in the press box with us. We had the Adrenaline Stream on the call tonight for both games. Zach Blythe doing a great job on the overhead cam. Austin Rodriguez killing it on the sideline cam. And, of course, Eric Hall, our sideline reporter, doing a great job tonight down there, giving us some insight and analysis and also bringing our player of the game up here for us. Once again, thank you for tuning in here on the broadcast. Tiffin Calvert with a big win, 27-14 over Margaretta. They moved to 6-0 on the season. Tommy, what's your thoughts here?
Just what a tremendous showing by both squads here tonight between Tiffin Calvert and Tiffin Columbian. Again, that matinee showing between Clyde and Tiffin Columbian. Columbian was able to show up and show out. And then in the following game, the Senecas against rival Margaretta, able to take care of business. Both teams look really nice here tonight, especially as we get into the back nine of the 2023 campaign. And both Tiffin squads sitting pretty good as we get ready to get into the meat of our coverage here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And we'll hope you join us as we're going to recap and go around the area for all the scores right here on Saturday morning on the Saturday scoreboard with Nate Mullins live whenever the hell they feel like going on air.
I'd say in the 10 o'clock hour, sometime after 10 o'clock or right around 10 o'clock. We'll see.
Yeah,
it's a late night, man.
Billy Idol doing the schedule. In the 10 o'clock hour, schedule more. Score. Yeah, Greggy, you have to have that song on cue.
Stop. You guys are too much. All right. Next week, we continue with our coverage, Columbian versus Bellevue, right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That'll be on the Adrenaline stream. And then we'll also have our X-Stream crew over in Sycamore for the Seneca East at Mohawk game. That one's going to be a great game. You won't want to miss that one. All right, Tommy, any final thoughts here? Greg, anything?
It's always a pleasure to be on the call, especially for this 7-hour marathon that we just brought to you live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And again, we can't stress enough, live and paywall free, thanks to our great community-minded sponsors.
Absolutely right. And we want to thank those sponsors one more time before we wrap things up here. Thanks to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Buckeye IT Services, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lease Floor Covering, Little HUGO'S, 5-Star Maintenance, DAH Wraps, CLOUSE Electric, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Circle H Tire, CARMIES Barbecue and Grill, BENCHWARMERS Restaurant and Delivery, Mercy Health Tiffin Hospital, Burns Electric, GINA Grandillo, Attorney at Law, Pit Stop, and HOFFMAN-GOTTFRIED MACK Funeral Home and Crematory. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, folks, that's going to do it. Once again, your final score, Tiffin Calvert 27, Margaretta 14 for Tommy Hall, Greg Kinn, Zach Blythe, Eric Hall, and Austin Rodriguez. I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Frost-Kalnow Stadium. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Share the video. Have a great night.